What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. And yesterday was another winning day. We had the Celtics and Sixers under 216 and a half. That one got to the window. So try to keep it going. Things have been going pretty smooth so far to start the playoffs. Vino, it's great to be back with you. How are things going for you?
Yesterday was a split, so no harm, no foul. I do love the way that we're able to take different approaches in the same game the last 2 days and both get there. My winner was Sixers team total over 101 and a half. Fairly easy. Good from the get-go. The loss was the late game where I took the Rockets team total over. Really didn't change even when they announced Durant was going to play. I still saw 106 and a half. I took it and they played worse offensively than they did the first game. So, you know, we've seen this one before, right? But Houston dug themselves a little hole. So we got a split. We look forward to today and tomorrow, I think even more.
All right. Well, two games here for today. We will start with Orlando and Detroit. Opened up minus 9.5 for the Pistons, down to 8.5 pretty much everywhere. Total open 216, and it's as high as 219. Nobody on the injury report for Detroit, and Isaac out for Orlando. Um, you know, the Magic, they what building on that win in Charlotte, and taking that confidence and rhythm into that first game versus the Pistons, got the win outright. Now, it's a chance for the Pistons to punch back and pretty much a must win at home here. Just because they must win doesn't mean they're going to win by 8.5. But I can't help but think, I mean, a lot of the things that the Magic did, like that has to be just a outlier. Like the Pistons don't allow a lot of points in the paint. The Magic just lived in the paint the whole game. I think we get a much better defensive effort from the Detroit side. I would disagree with both the move on the side and total, Rob Veno. I'll go Pistons or under. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, a couple of ways to look at this, Ski. You hinted at one, and I go back and forth with this. If we just go back, let's go back 1 week to Orlando at Philadelphia, play-in game, right? No Joel Embiid. Orlando needs to live in the paint. Paolo floated around, right? They got beat. Go play Charlotte, a small team. They had injuries in the middle. Starting center did play in that game, but still Charlotte wasn't right. They're not a big team to begin with. So read the quotes, got to play physical, got to get into the paint more. Sure enough, they did. Success. Get to the game against Detroit. I honestly didn't think they could repeat it. I thought, you know what, Charlotte's one thing, but Detroit's one of the most physical teams in the NBA. And sure enough, Charlotte repeated it. The right thing to do in the playoffs, obviously, when a home team is down 1-0, home team can't go back, to Orlando down 0-2. So you want to look at Detroit first and foremost. Point spread may be what bothers me a little bit, but what bothers me the most is the way that fourth quarter went, Ski. Detroit got right back in that game. Trail, come back, get right there. And in the fourth quarter, when they're supposed to be a physical defensive team, they couldn't stop Orlando. Here's what Orlando did in the fourth quarter of that game: 67% shooting, 40% from three, only shot 2 free throws on the way to 31 fourth quarter points. Like, I'm sitting there watching that game with the Detroit ticket saying, can you make a stop? And Franz was unbelievable. And then I start thinking, well, you know what? Let me rethink it, because he hasn't been back in the lineup that long. And maybe now they're becoming cohesive. Maybe now, like you said early, that they're starting to build on something, the starting five. Um, so I'm conflicted both ways. I went to the prop stuff. My feeling in props, and I'll probably get there today, is that Jalen Duren cannot play the way he played in game one. I mean, Jalen Duren's numbers were not Jalen Duren's numbers. So I looked them up, and the points rebounds tonight are 29 and a half. It's kind of his average. He's got to get to 30 in this game, in my mind. I mean, it's got to be like a 17-13 game out of Duren, and we cashed that ticket. And then the other one I went to was Desmond Bane. Even with Franz back in the lineup, Bane got 20 shots up. Probably going to get his share of shots again, because the starting five plays the majority of the minutes here. Um, but 1 for 8 from three. And even still, his points, rebounds, and assists in that game totaled 28. Only asked to get to 26 and a half here, or above 26 and a half, and he had a 1 for 8 3-point shooting day. I don't think he goes 1 for 8 again. So those are a couple props I'm looking at, way more than game. I'll say the one thing I don't understand, and I don't know, maybe Chad can help us out, maybe you can help me out, but I don't understand the huge move on the total upward. We've seen nothing but unders in these games. I think 7 of the last 8 have been under. We're seeing defense. We're seeing low. Remember yesterday when I said, when I was talking about Philly, and I said, even if they put up like an 18-point quarter, 101 and a half is still a makeable number. And sure enough, when you start going through these box scores, everybody's putting up an 18-point quarter or 19, 20-point quarter, which we didn't see in the regular season at all. So I don't know. Money's on over here, but I don't know that I understand it, Ski.
Yeah, I mean, that makes two of us. I definitely think it's a slower defensive game. So those are the ways we're looking at this first one. And we'll keep going on over to Suns and Thunder. Opened up 19 and a half, down to 17 or 17 and a half. Total also up from 212 and a half as high as 216 and a half. You have Grayson Allen, Goodwin, and Mark Williams all questionable for Phoenix. Nobody on the injury report for OKC. Man, humongous point spread for a playoff game, and it's coming down here. Um, for me, I like to think that when a team gets blown out the way Phoenix did, they respond just like we saw the Sixers do yesterday. But I like the way OKC won in that last game. Like they shot 30% from three, and they won by 35. Like they're gonna shoot better here tonight. Um, and they put up 119 shooting 30% from three. Like what they did as far as defensively, I feel like that's repeatable. They're gonna force turnovers. That's what they do. They're gonna get out in transition and run. That's what they do. But they're probably gonna shoot better here tonight. I would look towards their team total over at 116 and a half. I think I saw it. Rob, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, it's what I bet the first game. It was only 115 and a half, not 116 and a half, but I'll sacrifice the 1 point. When I wrote the analysis for that play on Sunday, Ski, I basically just highlighted what Phoenix can't do and where Oklahoma City would have huge advantages. You mentioned one. And when I started looking at Phoenix, they have one ball handler on that team, Colin Gillespie, who has a better than 2.5 to 1 assist to turnover ratio. Like he's 3 to 1, and the rest of these guys are all 2 to 1 or less, which in the NBA, you're not getting away with that in the NBA. So they lacked ball handlers. And, in the analysis, I wrote OKC would probably turn them over and score off of defense. Oklahoma City had 34 points off turnovers in that game, 13 steals, 34 points off of that. You're going to get 34 points off of turnovers. You're probably going to go over 116 and a half. And the other huge advantage I thought was on the interior. I mean, Holmgren and Hartenstein against Iguodala, it was a complete mismatch in there on both ends because Hartenstein and Holmgren erase everything that comes near the rim that Phoenix can put up, and they just get to the boards a heck of a lot better. So Iguodala was held to 0 points in that game as a starting center, playing 26 minutes, 0 points. Oklahoma City, again, should absolutely destroy them inside. I don't know. In other words, I don't know what Phoenix can do as far as game adjustments. I know I talked a lot about game adjustments for a team down 0-1. But I don't know if Phoenix can correct what went wrong. Honestly, I don't know that they have the personnel. And it's funny if you watch the game and sort of keep half an eye on Twitter or X at the same time, you see the people who are like, the way SGA plays the game is a disgrace with all this getting to the foul line all the time. But he gets every whistle. And I'm a huge fan, but he gets every whistle. He knows how to get the whistle. So why not go get him? He went to the free throw line. My notes I have how many times he get to the free throw line in that game? He got there 17 times. It's just too much for me to think that Phoenix can overcome it. So I think I said to you off air, I don't want to lay 17 just because. So I'm probably going to repeat myself like I did in game one and play Oklahoma City team total because I think that's probably the safest way to go without having to lay 17.
Yeah, if 1 + 1 = 2, I mean, the Thunder are getting to 117 tonight. So we agree on that. All right. That's quick and easy. Only 2 games. Took us 10 minutes in and out of here. So quick promo. Let's see. What do I want to put up there for today? I like these two. I'll just do the two favorites that I like. It's a lot of different ways to get involved, but let's take a look at the buy three, get three free. Comes out to 6 days for just $69. Good way to get involved for about a week if you want to rock with one of us. If you would like to do, rock with both of us, you can do double the NBA court vision. 3 days for $59. You get both 45 and 23. And if we're both not winning, usually one covers the other. So a good way to get involved over at WagerTalk. I know it's slim pickings today with only 2 games, but I'll ask if you have a best bet for the show. We'd love to hear it. If don't, it's all good. And if you have anything else you want to promote, let us know.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, I stayed out of the best bets yesterday. It was $5 Tuesday. So I went to the sidelines. But today, I can tell everybody I'm going to make this play. So I'm going to give it to you as a best bet. If I'm going to bet it, I can tell everybody else to bet it. I'm going to go ahead and bet Jalen Duren over 29.5 points and rebounds. Just think that the game one was somewhat of a fluke where he's concerned. Cade had to do everything by himself in that game. I'll say one last thing about Detroit. It was a great regular season, but what we found out in game one is it's Cade, Duren, and there's a lot of role players here. I think I said yesterday that for Minnesota, or maybe it was just whatever. Rudy Gobert can't be the second leading scorer. And in Detroit's case, Tobias Harris can't be that guy either. It's got to be Jalen Duren. He's got to get his share, get to the line, get his rebounds. Going to leave that as the best bet. Jalen Duren, points plus rebounds, over 29.5.
Good stuff. I do try to share as much as I can, and I broke the games down for you. But tonight, I'm not going to leave a best bet because we only have 2 games, and one of them is my 5% play. So if you listen, maybe you have an idea. If you say, you just just want the play or you want the full analysis, you can find it over there at Wager Talk. So, always appreciate you taking the time to cap the games with me. Helps my process. And people on Twitter let us know that we're helping them out as well. Chat, we appreciate you guys. Best of luck, everybody, on all your action. We will catch you all tomorrow.